I feel like in today's world, a whole kind of idea of what beauty is very superficial. It's whether you're too thin, you're too big.
A pesar de que somos atletas y deportes diferentes, uno siempre quiere verse bien.
Everyone has a different standard of beauty. There isn't just one thing that makes you beautiful.
The whole time you're growing up, and of course as Latinas, when what we see on TV is, you know, curly hair or straight hair or fairer skins, and I didn't look like that.
Do not do that. You're gonna ruin everything. And I'm like, why? Because I wanna be a mother, I'm a woman. They're like, yeah, absolutely, that's crazy.
You don't think I can do it? Watch me.
I'm so excited and happy to be here surrounded by such beautiful, talented, and amazing women to open up the conversation about beauty and sports. So thank you, ladies, all for being here. And first off, I wanted to start by asking you, what is beauty to you and how do you define beauty?
Who goes first? So for me, I see beauty as like confidence, to be honest with you. I like people who own what they are, regardless of what it is, to like just take ownership of themselves, of whether it's flawed or not flawed, or just being genuinely understanding of who you are.
I'm gonna add on to what Marlen said. It's just about also acceptance of who you are. I feel like in today's world, you know, it's whether you're too thin, you're too big, you know, your whole kind of idea of what beauty is very superficial. It's all external, but nobody really takes the time to focus on what's on the inside, and you accepting yourself for who you are, the talent you bring to the table, the person that you are, how you make people feel. I feel like all of that just in turn makes you beautiful.
You can't confine like beauty into one thing. I think beauty can take on multiple forms. Every person is different inside and out. And, you know, like they said, like it's being genuine and it's showing who you are. But definitely finding that standard of beauty, like everyone has a different standard of beauty. There isn't just one thing that makes you beautiful.
And I love what you're saying, and many things that we're gonna go more in depth in terms of a gymnast, the stereotypical body of a gymnast. And after winning and being a champion in the SEC, and you mentioned something of comments that had been said before about you not having the right body type.
Yeah.
How was that for you, that journey?
It was definitely a long one. I tell people a lot, like I never had the best relationship with gymnastics. I did it for a long time, but it was very love-hate. Just the environment that I was in, unfortunately, it allowed me to kind of be safe with like the negative reinforcement that I was getting. Like it pushed me to, you know, want to prove them wrong, but it hurts at the end of the day. My mom would always be like, "Mami, tú puedes." Like, don't listen to them. So it definitely took me a long time to realize, like, hey, be proud of who you are. Be proud that you're Latina. Be proud that you have all these women who are there for you. My body looks the way it does because, you know, I worked for it. And I'm happy to be me finally, it feels good to say.
When she was talking about like struggling with beauty, I'm like completely the same, because for me, I feel like being an Afro-Latina didn't become very popular until like, let's say like 3 or 4 years ago. So literally it was the whole struggle of like, if I cut my hair, what are people gonna say? What is my family gonna say when I go natural? Am I gonna be pretty? Like the whole time you're growing up, and of course as Latinas, when what we see on TV is, you know, curly hair or straight hair or like fairer skins, and I didn't look like that, you know what I mean? And you grow up and I'm like, well, I don't look Latina enough, so I don't really hang out with the Latino kids, but you know, are the black kids gonna take me too? And then if I hang out with them, are they not gonna see me as Latina either? So it's definitely a struggle, just, man, like going back and forth and trying to find where I fit in.
You mentioned it before as well, el tema de cómo fue tu decisión a la vez de soltarte el cabello y llevarlo así natural.
I don't know, like for me, I love it. The only thing that's a little difficult, so I only have one hand, so my hairstyles are a little limited. Before, when my hair was relaxed, it's like, oh, I only have like one style really. And then I just got tired of it, and then my friend was like, cut it. Finally, like I literally like let my hair grow out and I chopped it, and I don't know, like I literally just love it. Like, but yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's like a wild journey. And then like you get to like see it grow and stuff, and then literally I feel like I get more compliments on my hair during my play than I ever had. Like before, my hair was just like, I don't know, like
It's cute.
Oh, thank you.
It's cute.
Thank you. It literally was just like everybody else, you know? And then now, like, I'll put my hair in like 2 big puffs when I play, or like 1 really big puff, or like, my hair just always looks different. And then like now my mom's like, can you do this for this next game? What about this? And I'm like, ahora te gusta, ¿verdad? Because in the beginning, you were not with it. But yeah, it's just like, I don't know, it's just like a journey, and I like love it.
Joselyne, ¿cómo es esa relación con el cabello para ti y cómo llevarlo, ¿no? En cuanto a encontrar tu estilo y que a la vez sea cómodo para practicar tu deporte.
Bueno, yo cuando estaba chica no lo entendía. Mi mamá me llevaba para la escuela y me hacía 2 moños aquí. Y yo decía, mamá, eso se ve tan feo. En la escuela me dicen 100 pies. Porque eran 2 moños así, pero eran bien gruesos. Y ya después, cuando fui creciendo, tenía afro más grande. Entonces me comencé a hacer trenzas. Amo las trenzas, pero no las puedo tener porque a mí se me hace fastidioso para el tema de entrenar. De repente fui a cortármelo un día y regresé con el cabello bajito y ya ni me quería ver en el espejo. Y cuando abro los ojos dije, ¡oh, qué cool! ¿Cómo se ve? Se me veía bien bonito el cabello. Pero sabes que mientras uno va creciendo y uno va aprendiendo de su propia cultura, que cuando uno está chico es ignorante de eso, porque nada más se fija en cómo uno lo molesta en el colegio y todo lo demás. Pero no, esto es, uno aprende a vivir su propia cultura y a ser quien uno es.
Y ahora yo creo que las muchachas están como que, like, learning to love themselves. You see more girls, like, con el pelo bien rizado, o si no, si es wavy, like, women literally are just embracing that, like, we don't all have to look the same. We don't all have to have, like, super pin straight hair. If we want to have it straight, yes, we can. But the next day, if we want it curly, we have it curly. The next one we have it wavy, we have it wavy.
Women are expected to do everything. We're supposed to be perfect, look perfect. We're supposed to be wives. We're supposed to cook. We're supposed to clean. We're supposed to be moms. And then still we are not given the same, it's a double standard. So it's always been difficult, I feel. But at the same time, that's why I think we're all here, because we're all capable of knowing and helping that change of thought.
Marlen, you're a mother, and I wanted to talk about that journey and how it was for you.
I wanted to have a child. I wanted to. And in the contracts for boxing, there is no, it's not like, oh, yay, go have a baby, good for you. So whenever I decided to have a child, when I talked to my managers about it, before I brought it to the promotional company, they were like, no, absolutely not. Are you crazy? You're gonna lose everything. And I'm like, why? Because I wanna be a mother, I'm a woman, and I want to do what God gave me the ability to do. They're like, yeah, absolutely, that's crazy. Do not do that. You're gonna ruin everything. So I was like, not only am I gonna do it now, but it's so I can show that I can box, I can have a child, and I can still perform. And that way later on in the future, when the girl who's 8 years old right now wants to have a child and she's pro and she's signed, it will no longer be this, oh my gosh, she's stopping, she's over now, she has a kid. So I actually boxed all the way up until 3 days before I had my son.
Wow.
And it was hard, it was difficult, it was painful, I was afraid, and turned out, and I just won a world title, you know?
I love that. I love it. It's almost like, it's like lighting a fire inside of you. Even though those comments do hurt, it's like, well, you don't think I can do it? Watch me. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna prove you wrong. And it feels so good inside, even though the comments do hurt. It's like, when you prove them wrong, it's just a sense of like fulfillment and like, you know, all the hard days, you know, to get to the good ones, it makes it count. So I definitely resonate with it, and I have so much respect for you because you're like paving the way. You're like blazing your trail, and you know, that's awesome. So just so much respect.
We all are. We all are. And that's what makes it like crazy, because we're all so different, right? So different in different sports and different battles, but the emotions are the same, right? So your struggles and your battles and yours and mine and our sports and what we have to do are all different. What we struggle with, but the emotion that is attached to it is all the same. It resonates the same.
Monica, and tell me about a time of how you dealt with if you've been asked to change something or that you had to look a certain way.
There was a time when I turned pro at 16. I was signed by this company, you know, clothing company. I'm not going to name names. But one of the requirements that they told me actually too was to lose weight and clear up my face, because I was 16 and you're dealing with acne and you know you're growing up, you're becoming a woman. Being a Latina, my body is very different from a lot of the other girls, and it's always the thing is, oh, you look a little bit, you know, you gained a little bit of weight. Oh no, you look great today. Oh, she gained muscle, that's good. And oh no, she's a little bit too thin. And you know, even on social media, it's just such a toxic environment sometimes, because we have tons and tons of positive messages, but then that one message can just turn off a whole day. And it makes you feel like you're not good enough at times.
In terms of the perception of body image, have you guys ever struggled to accept a certain part of your body and all of those expectations that are around it?
I don't even think the question is have you. It's like, when have you?
And what is it? Because there is something.
Yeah.
I feel like it's an internal thing. Everyone looks in the mirror every day, and it's like you pick on yourself. You're your worst self-critic. And I know for me, being a gymnast, body image is everything. It's literally a sport based off of taking what you see and picking it apart. What did you do good? What did you not do good? Like, so body image was something that was always prevalent, like as soon as I started. There is pressure to look a certain way. If you're not the right size, if you're not the right shape, you can't do the right skills, you can't do the right moves. I remember times I myself would like walk into the gym and, oh, like you look a little heavier today. And like, how is that supposed to make me feel? So it's definitely an internal struggle. And I realized it at a young age that it's something that I would be dealing with for, you know, the rest of my career. But yeah, I think like she said, it's when you realize it. It's something that's always in the back of your head.
I also, you know, it's women in general, right? It's like you're groomed thinking that you're supposed to be perfect. For me, it's like boxer body, right? I've been boxing since I was 11, 10 years old. And so 22 years, right? So my body literally does this, like a big back, right? Because I throw a lot of punches and skinny legs, right? And that's not, to me, is not cute. Like, to me, it's like, no, like, fix that. But if I were to fix it, I wouldn't perform the way I perform.
I think life in general needs to change, and people need to start opening up their minds to the idea that we're all different and we all possess great qualities, even if it's not what the world wants us to be.
Yeah. I like what you said about change, because, you know, I think that makes the world of a difference once people just start accepting that, you know, change is coming, and like, we are women of color, we have power, we look different, we're making a statement. We can do the same things as the other girls.